Number 54, it says one of the following graphs in the standard xy coordinate plane is the graph of y equals sine squared plus cosine squared over the domain of negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Now the thing to remember is that in one of the trig identities, sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. So that means you can rewrite this as y equals 1, and these two are going to be the same thing. So what does a number look like? Well, a number is just a horizontal line. So if you can remember that sine squared plus cosine squared is 1, then the only graph that looks like a number is letter H. Now, one other thing to be aware of is that it said the domain of negative pi over 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to pi over 2. Domain deals with x values. So that means the graph had to be between the x values of negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. So that means that the graphs of f and the graphs of j are incorrect, because with g, h, and k, you see that the x-axes are labeled negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. Whereas with f and with j, it's the y-axes that are labeled. So that's another reason why f and j are incorrect. So our answer is H.